I can't. Okay. Hello, everybody. For that little technical difficulty, I am Matt the Duelist, but below me is the Alpha Wolf Shami, and above me is Minx that brings the mayhem on a very special episode of OVW Recap on Society Glitch. Minx, take it away.
Yep, it's very special, very special. We have an exclusive interview with Ashton Adonis, of course. Who doesn't love Ashton? Let's welcome in Ashton to the studio.
One and only, and I'll be almost staunch man in OVW and professional wrestling. Ashton Adonis is here. What's up, guys?
What's
What's
up?
What's
up?
up? All right,
How
let's
you
get this
doing
ball
today?
rolling. Let's see what people are saying. I've seen some of the community was chatting about, had some questions for me, but everything's going well. I'm just here resting up. Like I was saying, got some meal preps going right now for the week, getting ready for that big match coming up this Thursday against Colby Carter. So, just doing what
Definitely.
astonishing ones do.
What the
That's good.
fuck? That
That
is amazing. Matt, what's your first question?
Mr. Adonis. Let me get to the chat.
Okay. First of all, my first question would be what inspired you to be a wrestler? Like, what made you be like, dang, I'm just gonna take on this whole wrestling thing and be astonishing?
So that's always kind of the main question, right? Is like how do you get into it? What made you get into it? Like like my friends, like how do you go about it? Like how did you become who we see on your social medias, on television, etc.? So I mean, we all have like relatively our own kind of like we're all start from a stemming love of professional wrestling. We watched it as a kid, we watched it with our family, partners, grandparents, etc. We have some reason why we love professional wrestling when we were growing up and why we, into our adolescence and into our adulthood. So for me, the biggest thing was it helped me through some difficult times as a child, right? It helped me be that natural escape. So for me, the biggest reason and the biggest why for me to become a professional wrestler is to provide that natural escape for the next society, generation, etc. So for what it did to me, I want to help convey that emotion to the next kind of generation, to the children, to adults, whoever is dealing with that difficult time. Because when you look outside that window, outside that door, the world's crazy. Things are expensive. Things aren't always going as astonishing as you would say. So if I can help bring that natural escape for 2 hours a week, for 10 minutes in a match, 5 minutes in a segment, you name it, that's what I want to convey. And each and every week, I want to get at least 1% better. At a minimum, get a little better, get a little smoother, faster, quicker, stronger, better. That is what I want to do so I can be the help to provide that natural escape. So you guys don't have to, not just you, but anyone that is enjoying what my product I'm providing can have that escape and enjoy it. So it's more of a want to give back. I've reached out trying to do things with the, Ron McDonald House, the Americana, the Humane Society, Boys and Girls Club. Anything I can do to help give back is something that I can do. And it takes $0 to be a nice person. It really does. So that is kind of where I went for it and why. So, but yeah, that's kind of the nitty gritty. I mean, I could talk about it for hours, but that's kind of the all of it in a
Yeah.
nutshell.
Retweet. I mean, what I just like to piggyback off of that a little bit. When you said, wrestling has helped you through some difficult
Mhm.
times when you were younger. It's the same way for me. Home wasn't really the best place, so wrestling was always, my go-to. It was always on TV for some reason. Every time something bad was happening, wrestling was on TV. So, and I noticed it helps me as an adult too, because like I was
Mhm.
so depressed over like a dumbass breakup, and then OVW came on, and I'm like, don't nobody care about that no more. Like it's more of an escape, You do I think I'm too small to be a wrestler, but I get what you mean. I started
Never
podcast.
too small, never too big. There's always a reason. You have to find out what that reason is and what that niche, like what you can do that separates you from anyone else that's doing it, and go out and take that and then excel at it. Drive it to 1,000% velocity, and that is what can work. Because there's already, for instance, there's a lot of 6 foot dudes, and so like who and what and why separates me for someone to come and want to spend $10 on a ticket to see me specifically. So to be able to think of that in a logical way of what can I do differently? How can I act? What can I be? How can I entertain and provide that escape that separates me from everyone else that could be in my spot. And that's, same thing too. You're never too late, too young. There's always things that you could be doing to pursue that passion. And no matter what your dream is, this was my dream. This was my passion. Is something that was like a pipe dream, whatever that may be, whether it's to be an athlete, baseball player, football player, professional wrestler. Go out and try to achieve it. Make the sacrifices that you need to, because at the end of the day, you only have one existence, one life. And as cliche as that motto is, it's true. So why not try and do it?
Indeed. But I like to say I think I'm good at podcasting and behind a mic. I'm good. Like, as long as it puts me in the wrestling space to do something I enjoy, to talk about it and banter about it and spread some kind of positivity for you guys.
Yep.
And, everybody needs a little bit of motivation. And I feel like as a podcaster, I am like everybody's biggest cheerleader. Why not go into podcasting and cheerlead for everybody, like all the wrestlers I enjoy?
Yep.
That's how I see it. And I love what I do. I built this team and taught them to be podcasters, and they love what they do. So, it's great.
That's it.
Yeah. So
yeah, like what Mink said, obviously I've throughout my life I wanted to be a professional wrestler, but I ended up unfortunately with a bad back and neck growing up through life. So I made friends in the business, and I just love supporting them through their journey. And when they make it big time, I'm happy for them. And I'm like, oh, I was there when they were doing the small halls, and like when Jacob Fatu was there in Sacramento, just doing Soccer World and stuff, and and cons and stuff. And now he's in the biggest storyline with Roman Reigns. I'm like, I was there watching him grow, and just like Shotzi and other people that I've known through just indie wrestling, and it's just amazing. So seeing OVW wrestlers and supporting them, and just like it's one of my favorite things to do on a Thursday. And honestly, with everything throughout the week with wrestling, I find OVW, not just kiss ass or anything, but OVW to be the best product out there, consistent wise.
Well, we have to give it up to Al for that one, right? Putting on the product and conveying the locker room and being able to go out there and give us the platform to excel on, right? Giving us the opportunity so we can learn how to do it at a larger scale. So if we make it to the next level, we've had that prior experience to help us excel, because we already know we're not D1 athletes getting signed off of a shot put course or something where we're coming in with no experience into how to working hard cam and roamers and hitting your times and all these existential things that can go into it more than just doing moves. And that's the important thing. That's what is so great about OVW. And I can't give enough credibility to everyone that's helped, behind the scenes there. But essentially, without that platform, I would never really have discovered who Ashton Adonis is. I was a wrestler that did moves. Why? Couldn't tell you. Now I have a better understanding of who I am and who we are. So
that's true. To piggyback on what Sean said about like how OVW is like, what we enjoyed most of the week. Like I messaged you last week. I do these reactions and all this or anime and all the stuff. And when I do OVW, I don't do this where you guys give me a follow on Instagram or platform. I do it because I sat here with these two and I enjoy the wrestling. I enjoy what you guys do out there. Like we make jokes, like little small jokes and little banter, but we love what you guys do.
Banter's great. Without banter, there is no wrestling.
Banter, I think the best thing about our podcast is the fucking banter. Yeah. Come on now. I call Jake Painter and Jake Lawless J&J Security.
Yeah, those guys. So anyways, we don't need to give them any TV time today. So let's
they're not here.
They're not here. But what was your biggest influences growing up? Like any wrestlers, like for example, like it can be past or present. Like I was really into the Undertaker, like his whole corporate stuff.
Yeah, I mean, my biggest influences, of course, I remember early SmackDown in like the early 2000s is where my most vivid kind of first wrestling memories come to fruition. And from that is like when Rey Mysterio was there, you know, transitioning from the ECW Rey Mysterio and stuff and moving into the SmackDown Rey Mysterio that we all know and love here today, right? And having some of those epic battles with Eddie Guerrero and some of those just that larger than life personalities that there were back in the day. Like, and then obviously the ruthless aggression era, but I wasn't around or alive for all that. So I have more of that ruthless aggression as my first vivid wrestling memories. So more of the influences is like the second run of Shawn Michaels, the feuds with Triple H and that back in the day, John Cena's historic start to his run, all those kind of beginning, you know, Batista, all those kind of beginning influences kind of helped me and motivate me to want to do this. Now, from a presentation standpoint, some of my influences to what I like to convey, we're looking at The Miz. We're looking at somewhere from where I'm like, okay, they always stand out is like the outfit Seth Rollins wears, right? And for me, my biggest thing is I love gear. I love having the ideas and designing, picking out fabrics. If you guys couldn't tell, I debut a new gear probably once a month on average. And it's something I love to do because to me, when you come across that curtain, what's the first thing someone thinks of you? What's the first impression someone's going to think of you? They're
The
going to
look.
see who you are, your presence, and how you look and how
And
you
your gear.
dress.
And your gear.
So
So if I'm not the biggest, if I'm not the smallest, I'm not the fastest. If I'm not the slowest, what's one thing I do? I can change immediately is my presentation, and that's the gear, my merchandise, my social media presence. I try to elevate all those other areas to give that idea of who I am to my fan base, audience, and everyone else, and adjacent to that.
I think me and you have that in common because I know deep down inside, I'm pretty cool, but I like presentation. I like putting multiple colors into my hair. I mean, if you've seen me on podcast, I look different every goddamn week. Like, it's more of I like studying everything I have. Actually, shout out to the pink because it gives off Kyle Fletcher vibes. It gives off Kyle Fletcher vibes. So I'm like, is that Kyle Fletcher? No.
I don't know. I see. I never take. So I wanted that type of. So I had a pink gear prior, and so everything I've had, every colorway I have now, I've had prior. I've had over like 20 sets of gear in my time, and I've only been wrestling for roughly little over 2 years. So where it comes from a standpoint of evolution, like almost like freaking Pokemon characters, right? Like there's evolutions to it. There's layers to this.
Mhm.
What can I change? What things can I elaborate to? And that's if you guys have noticed, there's small things in my attire. So Ashton and Adonis stem from a Greek god concept of like Adonis, right? Greek god. Okay, cool. How is that going to work? So I was looking up like logos and stuff, and one of my buddies actually sent it over an idea of the Omega sign and the Alpha logo combined. And that's where the end all be all came from because it's the beginning and last letter of the Greek alphabet. So on my attire, that is my logo, that's my emblem. Look at the other things. Astonishing. That is something I've been incorporating more, simply astonishing, because it's just kind of conveys that persona to the next level, add that layer to it. And I always like to say astonishing assets of Adonis because it's hilarious, it's funny. And and then you're looking at like some of my knee pads and stuff. I always represent my brand. The brand that represents me, I represent them. So I have OVW. Name another superstar on the roster that has OVW on their attire that's representing the brand.
Actually, I can't think of any, but I know
Because there is none.
right, because I always notice that though. I'm like, hey, look, he has OVW right there. I'm like,
So I represent if I'm on OVW and people want to have me on their show because I'm a byproduct of OVW, I'm gonna go rep my brand. And I'm gonna go put that brand on the map more than it already is because I'm gonna do my part to give back for what made me who I am. So that is a why I do that. And then you look at the other set of knee pads I have sometimes, and I always like to switch things up. On one knee pad says end all, the other one is knee all. What is my finishing move? The end all knee all. Why do I have it like that? Because I pull down the knee pad. So essentially that's the kill shot because I pull it down. So it's the end all knee all. That's why my knee pads say that. So there's another layer to it. So it's all these layers that are in my persona, my character that people might not even see, but if they do, they're like, oh, that's neat. So there's always something to everything that I'm doing. And that's where I take that extra step. I'm not just going out there in black trunks and being big and sweaty. It's like, no, there's so much more to it that can be desirable, marketable per se. And that's where I want to be. I have my own Ashton Adonis tracksuits. I have my promo jackets. I have my ring jackets. If you notice too, in promo, I have like the rain jacket look that matches my bikers that I'm wearing for that night, and then my ring jacket. So I don't just have my t-shirt on. I don't just have my ring jacket on or no shirt at all, or like my shirt I got at freaking JC Penney or something. No, it's repping the brand, and I sell those jackets. It's marketable.
I did notice that when I met you at the Manchester Hall when you guys
Hmm.
doing like your merchandise. I
Hmm.
noticed that like you was the only one there at the table that was standing out with your tracksuit, and I found that interesting to be honest.
Because
Yeah.
we have OVW tracksuits, and I represent those too. But I have my own brand because I'm also, when we're an entrepreneur, we're selling our own product, which is our own
Right.
brand. So why would I not be marketing myself as well as the brand that helped build who I am? So those are the two brands I always give, obviously, my credibility to.
So
You
to
know,
piggyback off of what you said, so I asked my girl in the UK, a friend of mine. She's not a big like wrestling fan, but she knows that I love it, and she wanted to like ask a question like about your gear. She was like, "How do you like finally decide on like, yeah, this is my look for my character? Like this is going through everything, like all the looks. Like this is what I'm going to settle on, you know?"
It's so, I couldn't tell you. It was a feel more than an idea. And where I was always a fan of these big elaborate jackets, like, the Will Osprey jackets, like, and I'm like, well, I don't have Will Osprey money, so what can we? But I always like the robes, like the Bobby Roods. Like I have a set of bikers. I don't know if you guys have seen them. I actually wore them at the Collision Course pay per view. They are very much glorious inspired because they're all gemmed out, and on the back it says astonishing, where his used to say glorious. So they're very much an inspiration from Bobby Roode. And you're looking at like kind of who I am or everything I was doing and who I've always been to myself. I was like, I need a nice ring jacket because that's that perception, that's a presentation. And I just kind of came up with it. I've had like three different variations of it prior to, I started with a fur coat when I first debuted, fur coat and long pants.
I
So
remember that.
and I was like 40 pounds heavier. But anyways, it now evolved into I just who Ashton is with the vest and the road presentation to the bikers. Maybe one day I do have trunks. If you watch the TLC match back at Hell Night, uh, when I had my actual brother Brandon Beretta next to me in that match, it was I wore trunks for the first time. So I just have these things that I like to play around with, but essentially the inspiration to the gear and the design and everything has been 100% just off of feels. And once something got a good reaction, and I kind of went down more that route, and
Right.
that's kind of where we're at there.
okay, that's actually great. You know what? I always thought about how wrestlers market themselves. I do know some do it more than others, but at this point, you know what? It sounds like everything you do connects and it's like a strategic business plan, which I'm
Prior
with.
to being a wrestler, I was a multi-unit leader at a retail store. So I was a district sales manager for GNC for 8 years. So I was a full established, let's say, human being. I didn't get into wrestling my shows in my my late teens, early 20s. I was a little bit later in my 20s. So when you're looking at it, the idea going into it, I'm not going in like getting a little bit taste of quote unquote fame and then getting drunk on said fame and then burning out. So I came into it like this is my career, this is my choice. And back from July 3rd of 2025, I'm proud to say I'm able to do this full time and support my bills and my habits. It's myself,
Hell yeah.
my one and only child, who is a cat. His name is Cheesecake, and he's amazing. And he's right here, and hopefully he doesn't walk in front of my camera. But it's just just two dudes taking over the world, and that's where I'm able to financially support myself based off the habits of professional wrestling, because I'm looking at it as a business from that higher level thinking, investing into the brand, which is myself. And that's where I'm just appreciative to you guys wanting to talk to me, appreciative to the fans that come out and support, appreciative to the ones that travel to see me on live events, either with OVW or with a different organization that I'm working with. So all of that, without that, I wouldn't be able to say I am who I am and able to be here. I would still be a district sales manager doing the monotony of the rat race of the 9 to 5. And I'm blessed to be able to sit here and have this opportunity to speak with you guys and to do what I do.
Dude, you know what? That's great. You are a very smart man. Kudos to you.
You
I
really
appreciate
are.
that. Thank you.
Next question. How do you mentally prepare before a big match? I know a lot of wrestlers have like their, things that they do.
Pre-match rituals and
Yeah.
whatnot. There isn't, everyone stretches, right? You'll stretch, you'll whatever, you're kind of walking through in your brain kind of, if the crowd's like this, I might do, like, you're just going through all these hypotheticals. And I'll sit there, one thing I'll do, I'll just sit there, I'll crouch right before, get last stretch in, and just kind of close my eyes for about 10 seconds and wait for that music to hit. And that's showtime. Like, you're sitting there right behind the curtain doing your thing, just kind of staying loose and not overthinking, not underthinking, and just trying to clear your mind of everything bad. If you stubbed your toe, if you're in a fight with a significant other, if you had a bad day, if people in the locker room are on your nerves, whatever happened, forget about it. Gone. Because once that music hits, you turn it on respectfully. And that's where, my pre-match is just trying to clear those outside, inside thoughts and just focus on giving the best goddamn experience I can for however long I need to be out there for.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
To piggyback off of that, I used to, before I became a podcaster or whatever, I used to work with a lot of bands. And I always used to ask the bands, like, how do you guys get on stage in front of a super load of people, And I'm pretty sure it's the same for wrestlers. And they said, your phone's off, the bullshit stops. You listen to the music and you listen to the fans. And that's...
You let the match, you let the music, you let the environment consume you.
Yeah.
And you just go off of that quote unquote high of the moment.
Yeah, and they're like it's a drug that, it's a drug and you've never been higher. And when it's gone, you just want more of it.
Mm-hmm. We've had good and bad days. I've had good and bad matches. Some say all of them are good. Some say all of them are bad. But at the end of the day, I'm doing the best that I can at that moment with what I have to provide. We don't start every day at 100%. There are days that you start at 60%. As long as you can give 100% of that 60%, that's all we're asking for. And that's all I'm going to try to go out there and provide. And I am my biggest, worst detriment from more of a materialistic and mental thing of like, I could have done this better. I could have been faster here. I could have made this look better. And at the end of the day, we're all just humans, and just learn from that and don't let it consume you, which I need to listen to my own advice here. And that's where it's like,
to be honest,
we it's easier said than done always. And I know that and respect that, but it's like that BS stops and you just got to focus on getting better for the next week. So
yeah, that's facts. Because even in podcasting, it's like I'm always trying to figure out ways to be better, to make the brand better, our brand, to make it better so we can cover OVW brand. And it's always kind of like my mind is my worst critic. It's always I could have did that better. Why did I say that? Why did I do that? It's always a reframe every week to what you can do better the next week.
Yep.
Yeah, to piggyback on me, sometimes I look back on my own clips, what I do in OVW, and I'll be like, oh, why did I say that? Why did I sometimes I give me some bad, but at the end of the day, I just like screw it. Just go with it, go with the flow.
And the number one rule I can give is never look at the comments.
Oh, I don't ever look at the comment.
Don't look at the comments.
But speaking about comment, before that, somebody did just text me saying that this dude is cool. I like him.
Well, those comments I like to read.
Anything positive, I'll read, but anything not so positive, I don't got time for it. It'll hurt
take it with a grain of salt.
Speaking of social media, I've asked this to wrestlers before, and I've gotten different answers. Some good ones, some like they're not sure about. But like, with the invention of social media and everything going around, has it been like, is it good for, like, has it been good for character work, or has it been like a detriment to, say, like kayfabe and stuff like that? Like,
It's a necessary evil.
there you go.
Necessary evil, because without presentation, without social media, you will not make it in this world anymore. From it, look at people that have made a killing on social media. I think of two people off the back of the head. One of them, Jack Vaughn.
Oh yeah, he's hilarious.
Without social media, he would never have been the veteran we see now and
Yep.
here today. Richard Holiday,
Mm-hmm.
Ben Bishop.
Mhm.
Oh,
Oh,
You know, and you know who was the catalyst of starting all this that we have to go back and kind of remember? It was Zack Ryder.
Yeah.
exactly.
When he made the internet championship, and he was doing, because him and his best buddy Brian, of course, at the time, were doing the whole action figure, and they still do all that type of stuff. And it kind of just stemmed from what he loved to do, and then just kind of was like, I'm gonna turn it into my gimmick. And now we see him as Macrodona today. But that's one of the people that first catalyst of the social media boom there was, and being able to utilize it as a tool for good when it could be a big tool for detriment, of course, because again, everything we do is recorded and will be found. So
Right.
when you are going out, and remember, you're always representing the brand that represents you. So when we go out to dinner afterwards, or if some people go to the bar, or whatever you do in your extracurricular time, you're representing yourself and your brands that represent you. So
Exactly.
everyone's got to remember that.
Right.
That,
Right.
that's what Meeks tells us sometimes. Like she tells us, yes, you're part of this. Remember, you're on your best behavior. Don't do something stupid to get us.
Mhm.
Like Go
Right.
ahead, Meeks.
Uh, you see, like, you can't be glazing me. This is the Ashton Adonis interview.
Well, why she
I
focused on
think
that?
this is more of a philosophical interview. I think this is
Uh,
more, we're just finding out more of ourselves.
I do have a question for you, though. I do have a question. Like, you talked about shows and all that. What is the most funniest thing happened to you at a wrestling show?
Funny. Oh man. You can't just be asking questions like this. I'm trying to go. Last week alone I was on 5 shows.
Or not to you, or somebody you know that made you break character on a show.
There's no such thing. I am me. Let's put a pin in that one. Let me sit on that one. Let me sit
Okay,
on the funny one.
Okay.
let's and please, y'all. Who is your dream opponent, past and present? It can be anyone.
So I've had a lot of thought, and sorry to cut you off there. What was that?
Oh no, I just said who is your dream opponent, past and present?
So every wrestler dream books themselves in the perfect scenarios, main event of WrestleMania, having that moment. I mean, that's what we all live and work for, right? So mine's going to be kind of I wouldn't say like this one. This individual is still actively doing it. They're still actively wrestling, and this one is very much reasonable and possible. So for anyone who is watching there, if you have any capabilities to make this happen, balls in your court, please and thank you. One of the ones who I'd want to go out there and absolutely tear the ring up with is Nick Nemeth, Dolph Ziggler. That is someone I loved watching. One of the best Money in the Bank cash-ins. I just personally, one of the best Survivor Series matches. Just a lot of the things that he did, I just love. Some of my gear designs were based off of what he used to wear too, just inspirations, not rip-offs, inspirations. That's somebody who I would love to shake his hand, go out there and absolutely tear it apart and just leave it all in the ring. So Dolph, Nick, that's the one for me. Obviously, you can say I can say Shawn Michaels. I can say, I want to go out there and wrestle the Undertaker. All these things. I'm talking more of like suit my style, push me mentally as a competitor. That is one that I would like to see, because that is one that can be realistically achieved, and it's up to the powers that be or anyone who is listening. Please, I want that to happen.
I got you. I'll clip this one. All right, and our last question before the hit questions. The hit questions are easy. Don't worry about those. It's more of a this or that thing. So the question we've all been freaking waiting for, because I know I have. What would be your zombie apocalypse team strictly from OVW? No shade. If anybody hears him say something, don't be a hater. Just let him pick his
No.
pick. Yeah.
So, all right, let me think about this. None of them are going to be ranked from 1 to 5, right? Like they're all
No,
individuals, and we can
yeah.
interchange. And I'm just saying, anyone who's listening, either one of these could be substituted for someone else. I'm just saying, off the top of my head right now, I would have to go with the Mammoth Donovan Cecil.
Yes.
Ooh.
Yes.
Big old dude, right?
Right.
Hand in hand with him. Gotta go my main man, Eric Surge. Hypothetically, maybe down the line, future tag team champs. That'd be cool to see.
The Adonis Surge. Let's go.
The staunching bombs I heard out there. There's some names there, but gotta go with him. Someone that this one's gonna be a little unique, but Tony Gunn.
Oh,
I feel like he's seen a lot. Very wisdom. Got a lot of wisdom there. We can go with, like I said earlier, we can go with someone like Jack Vaughn, the veteran, right? Seen a lot of stuff there. But this one's gonna be funny. And I think this would be the perfect last pick is Brandon Davis. Why? Because he will help it go viral.
We're in the zombie apocalypse. The internet won't even work.
If we survive, think of the footage.
Nobody's gonna survive.
Nah, we are, because I got the 5 best people with me. And then if we need to put in a constellation, I got Freya and I got Cashflow.
Oh,
yeah, those are good ones.
So those are my
I
6 picks.
I always said I liked Freya because I feel like she can protect me from evil Superman.
She can protect me too. I mean, not gonna lie, those choke slams look pretty dangerous. I don't want to be on the receiving end of one, but
right.
She'll be in my corner for that, so for sure.
Okay, let's go. What the hell is up with my phone, dude? I need a new phone, guys.
I got to cut the blooper here.
Well, while she does that, you got people in the comments saying, Melissa goes big boy to join. She says, hell yeah, no one, I guess. Ashton is cool. Screw Jake Lawless, somebody said.
I mean,
What?
I didn't say
What?
it. I didn't say it.
That was what he said in the comments.
I mean, the comments can say what they can say. They look like they're got my back at the moment, which is cool. But I mean, I didn't say that.
Damn! Stop trying to cause problems already, bro. Shut up.
Somebody said no Icon Lee in that team.
I can't. If you guys can't see, I'm physically eye rolling aggressively.
Okay. Any more comments, Matt?
They're just saying they're just being wild in the comments right now.
Well,
Okay.
tell them to keep it up. We love being wild. All comments are good comments.
Somebody did say, well, who's your dream opponent in OVW?
In OVW, like we'll go active OVW.
Sure.
This one might be. It's funny because I've crossed paths with 99.9% of them. So if there was, let's say, I'll kind of tweak the question a little bit and then answer it, and I'll see fit. So if there's somebody where I want to run a significantly long angle with, and be able to go out there and actually tear it up, and I'm gonna have to put over, these people because they're more than just companions and peers with me. It being Anthony Totatelli and Eric Surge. They are 2 of my brothers in the business. We've been on each other's teams. We've been each other's adversaries. If you give us 3 an hour-long match, I guarantee it'll be entertaining.
Facts, because every time
It'd be hard-hitting. It would hurt. Don't get me wrong. But I love those guys. Those are some of my closest friends in and outside of the ring. And those are 2 that I completely want to give their kudos and their flowers to on here is Anthony Totatelli and Eric Surge. Really good dudes in and out of the ring. And some of my best friends in the business and some of the people that I would love to tear it up with on OVW.
Yeah, that's great. I mean, I can Anthony Totatelli, every time I watch his match, it's like a simple lock-in because everything he does is just hard-hitting and you just want to see it. And when Eric Surge, I've always liked Eric Surge. I'll watch anything with Eric Surge's name on it. He
And
just
that doesn't discredit anyone else in the locker room. Everyone in that locker room is a great competitor, and I'd love to tear it up with. You have, me and Tony Evans have never crossed paths ever. So that's something that would be cool to see. Someone I've wrestled a lot before and had a feud with, even Cal. You know, no matter what people say about him, he is one of the best in the ring and one of the best people in the locker room. I would tear it up with him as well and do it any time of the week. So there's a lot of great people in that locker room, and I don't have enough time to put over each and every single one of them. And then I kind of want to segue this and transition this over. So I've looking this Thursday, semifinals of the media championship tournament. Someone that I'm looking against in Colby Carter. Now he's new to you guys. He's not new to me. I know Colby. I've been there when he first started. I've seen him as an extra when we were doing WWE work with each other. I've seen him go to my training facility with my trainer, Jake Oman. I know Colby. You guys are in for one heck of a match on Thursday.
I'm excited for it. Two of our favorites, obviously, every week. We love watching you and Kobe, so that should be, not to steal your stuff, but an astonishing match,
And that's what I'm trying to go out there and do. And not only that, but I'm
Mhm.
here to show you guys why he is who he says he is and why he is great as I say he is, because I know he is, and he needs someone to push him to show not only himself that he's as great as he is. So, and the winner, whoever it may be out of that match, would be, the favorite to go get that. So
right. Okay, next up we got hit questions. Hit questions are fast. It
Hit 'em.
takes less than a minute. Um, let's get into it. All right, steel cage match or ladder match?
Steel cage.
Entrance music or pyro?
Oh, a good song is always a bop. I got to go with a good entrance song. I love me some pyro though.
Okay, heel or face?
There's no such thing. And I'm going to answer with saying it's always me. So
Okay.
I'm going to keep that the way it is. It's always me. When it's heel or face, everything is situational. It's all about getting more money at the end of the day and winning the match. So you take that from there.
Trash talk or silent intimidation?
Oh, trash talk, 100%.
Championship belt or main event spotlight?
It would be championship title, a belt you can buy at Walmart. We would go with main event. Means more.
Yeah. And that's pretty much all of our hit questions. Do you guys have anything for Ashton before we get out of here?
No.
We're
You,
knocking
Sean?
on 37 minutes. Come on, guys.
Sean, don't you want to ask? Don't you want to ask that quick question you was thinking about the other day?
Oh, yeah. Sean would like to know, because you were in a faction with Jake Painter. He wants to know if Jake Painter paints.
It's been a question I've been asking all year.
I don't know what he does on his spare time. At the end of the day, he is talented. I will give him that. Him and Lawless are both talented individuals, but they're very stupid. And what I mean by that is we had this group. What started as what I wanted to be the modern day evolution when we started. And that's where we had all the charisma, we had the youth, we had the presence, and then it kind of evolved into some people didn't want to go the direction we needed to see fit. So we had to keep evolving, and no discredit to them, but I think their heads got a little too big for the group and they wanted their own individual success, which I understand. But at the end of the day, I also wanted to step away to show you guys who Ashton Adonis is, because being in a group where, sometimes you get attracted, and there's nothing. I was the last Mohican of the trifecta, and I understand that. Where that thing was built by my sword, it's gonna die by my sword. So, with that being said, that it's not over. It's not done, not for a long shot, until I get my 1 pound of flesh back. But in the meantime, my priority is my media championship that I never lost.
You didn't. That's what's crazy. He didn't lose it.
And in all respect to Jay De Niro, he did what any smart guy would do. And I'm gonna sound like pretty petty, but it could have. should have been me with
Wow.
that media championship.
Wow.
Wow.
So, and all respect to Jay. He took the ball, he ran with it. He was just a byproduct of the situation and he optimized. But the other two got greedy with the situation, didn't like it. The singles title on one guy individually, and then they wanted me out.
Dude, they
So
straight. The funny thing about that is like they straight up said, "No, I'll defend it." Like we never heard that the media title was Freebird, and they're like, "No, there is no Freebird. What the hell are you
at
talking
the end of
about?"
the day, when I got suspended from that episode due to me supporting my friends because they were antagonizing and poking the bear of Jay De Niro, it led to someone having to step up. And I understand that, but they were very happy to step up with that opportunity. And they messed up.
Just
And
for
now I have to go back and do all the hard work, which I don't mind doing. I'm going to do it and I'm going to excel. We're going to make it astonishing. We're going to be great. Again, I'm looking at someone in front of me who I respect and Colby Carter, who I have nothing but the utmost respect for. And I'm going to make sure that he understands who he is. And then we're looking at the Maya Mauler, Drew Hernandez as well. He's got to buy right to the finals, it looks like. After the double disqualification with Steven and Cal, it looks like because we see his match against Rikishi's son this Thursday. He doesn't need to have another match, but it doesn't matter. We're just going to be iron sharpens iron.
damn,
Damn.
I have
Damn.
nothing to say. Shit.
But at the end of the day, it's all for you and for the fans and for that engagement and that enjoyment and what we're able to do. So back to what I said previously, I'm appreciative to have the opportunity to sit here, speak with you guys, having the opportunity to go out there each and every Thursday and do what I do and being able to provide for myself and my cat. not child, my cat. Be able to provide for myself though, and be able to have a successful career doing this, and just being a little over 2.5 years in. So again, I'm the one who's blessed and thankful more than anything else. So just thank you for the time today, guys. I really appreciate it.
You're
Thank
very
you.
welcome, and we are blessed actually for you to be one of our very first interviews. Like we
I
have
appreciate it.
a couple interviews lined up, and you are the very first. I figured we'd get you while
The iron's hot. We
Yeah.
got trifecta done, media championship tournament. I mean, there's a lot of
Yeah.
things to talk about right now. So
Yeah.
and not only that, we look in the background. I have all my kind of like mementos and previous matches. I have a lot of photos up here. I have a photo of when I wrestled Elijah Burke, Thomas Latimer, Trey Miguel, Mustafa Ali. Uh, and these are all through my independent matches that I have here. So if anyone who isn't following me, follow my Instagram, my socials. It's at Ashton _ Adonis _. I've just revamped my YouTube channel, so I'm clipping and trying to post some of my independent matches on there, so it's easier to find for people. Because there's stuff going on anywhere. OVW is great, and without them, I wouldn't be the man I am here today. But there's a lot of other companies out there that could use the support as well.
Right. All right. Well, that was our interview with Ashton Adonis. I will say thank you for what you do. Thank you for being astonishing. And you know what? Thank you for beating the hell out of Jake and Jake security, because they were seriously getting on my nerves.
Well, we're on the bigger and better things. And
Yes, we
Yep.
are.
next bigger and better thing is getting back my media championship.
And I am happy to see it. So you have yourself a great day. And I hope you win, dude. Like, I really do. Good luck to you in the tournament. Like, I hope you get it.
Awesome, guys. Thanks,
My
guys.
name
Thanks
is
for having
Mix
me.
Mayhem, and we're out. Oh, shit.